Well, I've done it. I've finally done it. I have found the PlayStation 4's worst game ever in the history of ever. This game makes Life of Black Tiger look like fucking God of War. This game, this travesty, was uploaded to the PlayStation Store and costs $30, I shit you not, $29.99. Now, the developer of this travesty is not unknown to me. This is the work of Gilson B. Pontis, whose uncle must work at Sony, because the only reason this shit must get up there. They were responsible for one of the worst games ever released of its year, Sword of Fortress, which is, well... is wrong with you? So anyway, like most Gilson B. Pontis games, it involves running from A to B for an exorbitant amount of time, walking up to an enemy and then getting killed in one hit. That seems to be the whole idea of the game. There is a dragon. We'll deal with the dragon later, that thing we left behind. But as near as I can tell, you play as Nosferatu, for no reason, who is killing a variety of quasi-mythical monsters for no reason. You've got a flaming sword for no reason. The sword scabbard sets on fire at night for no reason, presumably to give you a bit of a light, and because the person responsible for every aspect of this piece of software might not be able to animate holding a lamp, or just a lamp in general. That might be the issue. Now, I've boosted the brightness of this game as much as I can without washing it out. And that's not enough for how fucking dark this game gets, fiery scabbard or no. I refuse to believe the criminal who made this crime believes what they've done to be good. They can't. No actual human being can believe they've done this, can believe they've shat this out, and feel like they've done good work. Samael, one of the most beautiful and powerful commander of the Kingdom of Neve, where peace reigned for several centuries in total harmony. As time passed in Samael himself, he questioned himself and his king, the ruler of this immense kingdom, if good could coexist with evil. Prepare for the hardest game ever made. Fuck off! Fuck off! Hardest game ever made. It's bollocks is what you've made. This isn't hard. This isn't difficult. It's just meandering to a Vaseline-covered, shitty little monster to be killed in one hit and then start again, over and over again. That's not difficulty. That's not difficulty by design. That's a mess. What you've made is a fucking mess and you're marketing it as hard. Fuck you. Go get fucked and fuck off while you're doing it. Jesus Christ. Right. Let us street race through London, which you are allowed to do so long as you have some rigging with a banner on it that says start. All right. So what is... Okay, so it's WASD. All of the WASD to do... Oh, my word. There's quite a swing on it. Whoa! Yes, a lot of swing on it. No! Okay, let's try... No! Oh, this goes... wild. Right. Slow down. Slow down. There we are. We're getting the hang... We're getting the hang of it now. Here we are. Skidoodling along the road. Got a turn. There we are. It's not that bad. People saying this game is bad. Look. I'm cruising through London like a champ. Like a chump. Okay, so, new development. I've gotten trapped between two pedestrians who you can't actually run down, so that's no bother. But one got me at the front, another one wandered up behind, and because they can't be run down, and because they are so strong, they can stop a car just like that, just dead in its tracks. We are now trapped between two pedestrians. And another one's come just to make fun. Oh no, he's just wandering off. It's the most normal thing in the world for that bloke to just see a car trapped between two pedestrians. Come on. We've still got our clone in the back. We've not gotten him out, and apparently they're not sick. They're not sick and tired of this. We've earned 5.45 in monies. I'm well and truly stuck. What the fuck? Someone else just appeared out of nowhere. I'm beginning to think that this whole game is fucked up. Just a little bit. Hang on. Hang on. I think I've hit the right combination of keys that's at least getting the car to move a bit. There we are. There we are. If I just keep this held down, there we are. Come on. It's taken its time, but it's gonna go. It's gonna go. Come on. Come on. And then we can get away from this unused Marvel character who's bashing up the front of our car. Come on. There we are. There we are. Almost free. Almost free. Almost free. We're coming home. We're coming home. Come on, come on, come on. This is genuinely exciting me. I am genuinely excited by this now. Come on. There we are. There we are. Any minute now. Any minute now and you'll give me some autonomy. Don't you get in the way, old man. Keep on moving, Grandad. Keep on moving. Waha! Fuck you, purple car. Hello, you senior editors at Sexy Loudspeaker Monthly. Jim Sterling here, and this is Horny Fighter. This is a Terro Lunker classic. Terro Lunker has provided many shitty games that we've looked at on this channel. Hello, you horny little hobgoblins. Jim Sterling here, and this is Run Naked Woman Run. That's the name of it. That's the name of it. Now, this is made by Terro Lunker. Terro Lunker is, or should be, a familiar name to anybody who's followed this channel for any length of time. I've had a few brush-ins with Lunker's games, including the horrific Survival Driver series. But we've got ourselves a nice picturesque country scene, so that's nice. I'll stop it. No. It's very bad to play the game. That's my main takeaway from... Off he goes. Yeah, go on. In the sea. Get in the fucking sea. I actually forgot that Terro Lunker once threatened me via email with consequences if I continue to cover their games. I told them I chose consequences, and they didn't respond with anything other than more threats, although recently they sent me a link to, or rather a Steam key for their last game that they did, which I've decided not to cover, and instead I'm going to cover Horny Fighter, because I found that this morning. I'm going to hit level select if this is... Yep, this is like a Terro Lunker game, which means we can select any one of these levels we want. There's no real progression, but I'll start with level 1, which might not necessarily be the easiest level. Difficulty scaling and Terro Lunker are two very distinct entities that will... What's that? No, what is this? Yes! Yes, all of the yes! What a horny fighter! What is she adjusting on her wrist? She's got no clothing on there. Oh, it's like one of the aliens from Mac and Me tried to get sexy for us to enjoy. Oh, you creepy Mac and Me sex monster. All right. Look at that moving. What is this? I can't work out what's going on. What is all this stuff in the UI? No, that's just going up and what? Okay then, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I didn't understand a fucking moment of that, which is a distinct impossibility. We've got, what the fuck is that one? I've got to have a get at this skeleton warrior right here. Look at it! Skeleton warriors are back! So anyway, we're against 4 enemies and it's... I literally had just started combat and it was over. Folks, I regret to inform you that Crackdown 3 is, well, shit, really. It's not fun to say, but it is what it is. Crackdown 3 is an uninspired, lazy retread of the original Crackdown, which they might have gotten away with if this was 2007, but it's not 2007, so this game just looks and feels like something that's over 10 years old. Feels like a budget title at best, and not a good budget title either. Again, it might have been fine in 2007, maybe, but even then it would have just been called a tired retread, a tired rehashing of the original Crackdown. So the fact it's rehashing something from 2007 without iterating upon it, without moving the series forward in any way, it's a mess. These missions are boring. It's just the same thing over and over again, which is what Crackdown 3 is. And not in a fun, it's more of the same you love. It's like, no, it's more of the same from over 10 years ago. And it's repetitive, and it's boring, and it's the same thing, and it never truly escalates in terms of stakes, challenge. It's just throw lots of enemies at the player while they run around, bashing their heads on ceilings, sliding down walls because you can't tell what's a ledge and what's not, what you can grab hold of and what you can't. You'll try and pick up a rock to throw into the grinder, but a gun might be next to the rock, so you'll pick up the gun instead of the rock. This game is rubbish. I'll be the first to admit, I have not been super excited to play Anthem on whichever one of the launch days I got it on. I think I got it on the final launch day, which might be the 3rd, or maybe the 2nd. It's certainly not the 10-hour version that people got. It's very confusing which so-called AAA video games come out on what day now, because some of them you need to consult star charts or read entrails. Anthem itself had a table that you needed to work out which version you pre-ordered or which subscription service you're on, therefore determining which day you got the game on or how much of the game you got on a certain day. Anyway, that didn't help. That didn't help me get excited for Anthem. The demo didn't help me get excited for Anthem. It was competent, but there was nothing narratively to grab onto with the demo, and the gameplay wasn't all that inspiring. Electronic Arts' existence didn't keep me particularly hyped or excited for Anthem, because EA over the past few years has done nothing to foster trust, only distrust. They've only shown themselves willing to ruin any game they get their hands on now. Star Wars Battlefront 2 has forever made me distrust everything that comes out of that publisher's hole. So all of these things combined didn't put me in the best of moods for Anthem, and I'll fully admit that. I will admit that up front to you when I say, or rather before I say, that Anthem is boring as piss. Cold piss, which you can't even use to, I don't know, warm a hot water. I don't know what you could do with hot piss that makes it more interesting than cold piss, but I can only imagine cold piss is more boring than hot piss, and that Anthem is as boring as cold piss. Anyway, the story of Anthem, there is a thing. Everything else you can't really remember, but don't worry. There's a lot of lore. Not really an engaging story, because the story is just people talking over you while you're trying to play the game, or interrupting the game, so you stand there doing fuck all for ages while they chat shit and just throw names at you, made-up names. It's like a Final Fantasy story, a latter-day Final Fantasy story, where it's just loads of made-up terminology thrown at you. But don't worry, there's an encyclopedia's worth of lore. Don't worry about that, because this is another game that's confused lore with an actual plot. So when they throw these made-up names at you, there is a literal encyclopedia in the game you can check. Yes, just like Destiny, the game that it's considered gauche to compare Anthem to, but you have to compare Anthem to it, because it's such a desperate attempt to chomp on Destiny's flavour. This is what EA was doing last generation with its Battlefield and Medal of Honor games. Activision had a major hit with the Call of Duty series, so EA looked at it and said, right, we're entitled to a piece of that pie. Whether we're actually entitled to it or not, we believe ourselves entitled to a piece of that pie. And they're doing it again with this big live service craze. They've got BioWare, known for its strong narratively driven games, with a game that's driven by no narrative, that's driven only by online play while shooting loads of really generic monsters, big bugs, vague masked things with guns. That's about it. You get some big monsters here and there, but they all look like things you've seen before. What went wrong with Bethesda? What happened? What exactly happened? First Fallout 76 and now this. Just a monument to greed. Todd Howard, in all of his grandeur, said that at its heart, Elder Scrolls Blades is a pure Elder Scrolls game. It's not. It's not. It's a free-to-wait game. It's the kind of cynicism I expect from Electronic Arts. They did, after all, bring out the notoriously awful, the notoriously avaricious Dungeon Keeper Mobile. Hello chums, Jim Sterling here, playing Dungeon Keeper Mobile. I am a big fan of the original Dungeon Keeper, really looking forward to giving this a try. In the process of building ourselves a lovely little dungeon here, so I'm going to have a go and show you what it's all about. Let's give it a play. We want to build down here. I want to unlock this, I guess it's a stone mine here, because you need stone mine to build stuff, just like the classic Dungeon Keeper of yore. So what we're going to do, we're going to zoom in here so we can see. We need to build down there, so we're going to tap on that block, tap on that block. And that's it for today. It's insulting, and it is so greedy. Like, I planned to talk more about the game itself, but there's not much to talk about. It's rubbish. And it's slowed down here for no reason. If you're wondering why the frame rate dipped here, that's just part of the game. But it's in early access, so maybe they fix that there. But yeah, I was going to talk about the game. There's just not a lot to talk about. You know, walk around, smash a pot, pick things up, gather items for the sake of gathering items, play it for the sake of playing it. Doesn't feel like there's any justifiable ends to work towards. It's just a waste of time.
The enemy is approaching. Caution. 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 Caution. The enemy is approaching. The enemy is caution. 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 The enemy is
My job's not done yet.
Caution.
Left Alive is Metal Gear Solid fanfiction gone horribly, horribly wrong. I've got so many questions about this game. Why is Square Enix's name attached? Why, when it plays like arse and looks like the shit inside said arse, does it cost the price of a full premium game? This is a $60 game. It looks like it's worth about $20 at best, and even if it was $20, I wouldn't recommend it. The other question I have is, if it is so desperately in love with Metal Gear Solid, why didn't the developers actually play Metal Gear Solid? I refuse to believe that they played Metal Gear Solid, any Metal Gear Solid, with the exception of maybe Metal Gear Survive, and thought to themselves, we can do that, and this game, Left Alive, is that. The game is so bad. It's animated like the characters are made out of twigs and bits of rock. The enemy AI is all over the place. There's no real good way of telling whether you're being looked at or not. There's these little red lines that shimmer on the sides of the screen to tell you where enemies roughly are, but sometimes it just feels arbitrary when you get spotted and when you don't. I've been able to essentially walk right under their fucking noses before and get away with it, and sometimes I'll think I'm really hidden and then suddenly I'll get spotted and it's all over, and at that point you run and hope for the best or you just die. And while you're dealing with all this, you're also having to cope with this AI voiceover that constantly says, "Caution, the enemy is approaching," over and over again. And the enemy is never approaching. You're moving near them, and it tells you the enemy is approaching. And because the enemies are dotted around all over the place, especially in some of these open yet incredibly sparse environments, you're hearing, "Caution, the enemy..."
The enemy is approaching.
You're hearing it over and over again. I just got interrupted by it while I was doing the voiceover. "Caution, the enemy is fucking approaching." And that's why I say, despite this game clearly trying to be Metal Gear Solid fan fiction, they could only have played Metal Gear Survive, which also has an AI that bothers you all of the time. And that's the bit they thought was worth preserving. This, very much like The Quiet Man, makes me wonder what the hell Square Enix is attaching its name to these days. Square seems to want to be more involved in the independent side of video games, to be involved with, but not necessarily make, interesting, quirky, otherwise unheard of games. And they seem to do that with The Quiet Man, something that at least masqueraded as artistic. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Something that the enemy is approaching. Sorry, it's driving me up the wall. I'm hearing it all over again.
The enemy is approaching.
I'm hearing it all over again while I'm talking, and it's absolutely fucking mind-numbing. The enemy is fucking approaching. I don't know if you've worked that out yet. But, yeah. So The Quiet Man masqueraded as this artistic, interesting, unique game. And it was utter shite. And then left alive. I mean, I should have figured something out when I looked at it on the store page, and the one trailer it has was this dry, boring cutscene talking about the game world's geopolitical situation, with no gameplay whatsoever on display. Utterly shameful. Left alive is unbelievable. I don't know what anyone was thinking bringing this out and charging full price for it. Full price! This ain't a budget game. At least The Quiet Man was cheaper than the average title. This is disgusting. This is fuck awful. This is SolSeraph, although it should change its name to Very Bad Game. That lampooned it. Ha! So this is SolSeraph. Sega published it. I don't know what possessed them. I don't know why they thought this would be a good idea. Sega's been doing quite a few good things lately, so I sort of trusted that they'd have my best interests in mind as a customer. You shouldn't ever believe that of a publisher. I'm being a little bit facetious, but, you know, Sega ain't been doing too bad these past few years, so I thought, right, SolSeraph, spiritual successor to ActRaiser, which was and is quite a unique game. I was quite excited for it. And then I played it, and it's awful. This thing cost $15. $14.99 of my hard-earned American dollars. Thank you very much. It looks like it should be on mobiles for like $1. If that. Hideous to look at. Controls awfully. I mean, it's stodgy, it's unresponsive. The side-scrolling action platforming bollocks is a misery. It's a misery to play. Unresponsive, as I say, laggy in the controls. You often feel like you cannot control Helios, the main character, adequately enough to deal with the enemies that will just jump on, like, from off-screen and ambush you and fling little fucking projectiles at you. Not a moment of this is fun. Not a single moment of this. The action platforming is unbearable. Unbearable. Feels physically uncomfortable to play, just with how stodgy it is. The tower defense stuff is marginally better, but if you're doing better than shit, you're not doing particularly well. I mean, that's not an absolute term. You could be brilliant and you're still technically doing better than shit. But I mean, it's doing just better. Just about better than pissing rotten. It's boring. That's SolSeraph at its absolute best. Is this what you're looking at right now? This bare bones tower defense crap. SolSeraph is embarrassing. Embarrassing. And this is coming from someone who just choked themselves out trying to do a silly voice. That's how bad this is.
Princess, follow me. Let's find my cousin Tormentor.
Huh? What was that? Both the voice acting and the quality of the recording, what was that? Okay, so this is the frozen coast. Don't look that frozen, it's a bit of light snow. Ha ha ha! Ha ha! Leap into battle, doing the splits of justice. Right, okay, bashing the mouse here, will basically have you attack in vague directions. You can't actually control your attacks once she starts going off. How do we block? Okay, there's some blocking action going on. Fucking hell. I'm assuming these are orcs. I can only assume they're orcs. They've got the vague shape of an orc, and when I say vague, I mean really fucking vague. Okay, what was it? Q, I think, made that happen. What was that? It's not exactly snake, 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 is it? Oh, what was that? I was too busy reacting to that. Did they say press U? No. Oh, I can still do my leaping attack. I just can't leap. So I press the button, there's a little delay, and then the green Mysterio gas happens. All right, can we beat the game like this? What did it say?
Divine tornado! Divine tornado! Divine tornado! Divine tornado!
I have no idea what she's... I can tell that she's saying tornado.
Divine tornado!
Oh, shit.
Divine tornado!
This is... Dark Souls, this is not. Sorry for anyone who saw the thumbnail and thought, well, this is the Dark Souls killer right here. Why does that skeleton walks like it's fucking drunk? You've had one too many, mate. A few tight tornadoes will sort this out. Wandering throughout the trees. What the Oh. Just someone off for a midnight run, I guess. Oh. Hang on. There's some screaming from yonder direction. Fucking hell. Well, at least she was having a giggle. Alright, well, we'll see how she copes with the stopping power of dynamite. Oh, God. How do you throw it? There. Stopping power of dynamite. Run! Just run! Run away! I found a box. Yeah, don't you worry, I've got you. I saw that it said available now in that trailer and thought, well, I can't just do a trailer reaction video for this awful, awful trailer without seeing if the game itself has the moxie, has the capacity to entertain. Surely, after doing a trailer that daringly awful, Surely the game itself has something to say. Surely that's a bait and switch. No, it's awful. It's really bad. And I'm worried I might be the biggest idiot in the world because I'm the only one who spent $20 to find out the obvious. This game makes Dear Esther look like an action-packed thrill ride. Somehow, the game is more boring and dull than the trailer, and the game actually has content which the trailer doesn't. I don't know how that works. All you do is walk very, very, very slowly through a drab, miserable environment, interacting with cassette tapes to listen to a couple of characters spouting off drivel that you don't care about. Drivel that, to be honest, I didn't listen to. I couldn't listen to, because I found out that if you interact with a cassette and get the audio playing, then find another cassette and interact with that, both pieces of audio will play at the same time, and the subtitles will overlap. So you're reading words on top of words while listening to words on top of words. Though I will admit, that made me laugh. For a couple of seconds, that was some entertainment.
On paper,
You
my job is to
have,
fix
Evelyn.
you. Don't you remember? You were invited, weren't you?
Why am I strapped to this machine? Yeah.
What is it? A lie detector?
Close. It's an e-meter.
The 30
It helps you
degree
fall back in
festival.
time
That explains
and sort
why
of
all these
sink
teepees
into the
are
ground.
shrouded.
Relive your
You know,
projected
I
memories.
signed up to be a part
Think.
of that.
Yeah, this is dreadful. And I'm someone who doesn't mind the occasional walking simulator. I like those, what they call interactive narrative or interactive drama, whatever you want to call it. But this almost parodies those by exaggerating the very worst traits and the most common criticisms of such games, except it's playing it far too straight to be a parody, and it's charging way too much. Though it's almost unfair to complain about the price, considering I knew full well I was walking into a bloody trap here. When I first saw the trailer, I thought they were being pretentious. I thought to myself, well, they're showing off. They're trying to be clever. They're going to go, oh, look how smart we are. We've got a trailer with nothing in it. That's exciting. That'll be the talk of the town. But that, dismissing them as the cutters of an up-its-own-arse trailer, is giving them too much credit. Because the simple fact of the matter is, that trailer is reflective of the game. It's nothing. It's just nothing! This is not the first time that Sony itself has endorsed a totally shit game. A game that, to be honest, is a candidate for one of the shittiest games of the year. The PlayStation brand most famously did this with Life of Black Tiger, which was indeed one of the very worst games of its year. I guess I'm still not sure if it's a joke or not, and if it is a joke, whether or not Sony's in on it. Because this game got attention on I think it was the very day of the Nintendo Switch presentation, when Sony's official YouTube channel, the official PlayStation YouTube channel, put up a trailer for this. This poorly written, badly translated, really shitty looking game that looks like that. That's the actual, those were character models. That was actual animation. This is actual text. Animal called as human is what I dislike the most. They smell bad. So that's a good motivation for your protagonist anyway. And now they've literally done it again. They've done it again with Flowers Are Dead. This ugly, boring, excruciatingly slow waste of software. It's been a while since we've seen a PlayStation exclusive on this level being this bad. The Life of Black Tiger strand of PlayStation exclusive. Just... what? Fucking what? What is this? Contra Core isn't even good enough to be shit. It might not be the absolute worst game I've ever played, but it might very well be the most pathetic. Contra Core is pitiful. It's an embarrassment. This is embarrassing even for Konami. Just having your name in the credits of this pathetic wretch in software form should be grounds for industrial humiliation. You should be ashamed of yourself if your name is attached to this pile of cold cum. And what's striking about this game is just how antithetical to Contra it is. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Contra, Don't worry, the fuckers who made this game aren't familiar with it either. But there is one thing you ought to know. Even if you've only had a passing interest in Contra, even if you've only ever just seen a bit of it played, you know it's a game about shooting incessantly. A constant hail of bullets as monsters descend on you with merciless abandon. Not so in this game. The village idiots who cobbled this nonsense together saw the shooting in Contra and thought, now that's the least popular bit. There's a cooldown meter on your guns. They overheat if you fire them for too long. Sorry, if saying too long makes the guns sound way more generous than they are. And that's just the tip of the wankberg, friends. This game overall is cheap, nasty, ugly as sin, repetitive, full of recycled content, the same bosses over and over and over again. Even within the first few missions, it starts reusing levels over and over. The boss you just fought in one level will then appear ad nauseum in the very next. Look forward to seeing the big round guy with an anteater gas mask over and over again. I started laughing every time I saw him because I was like, the first time I saw him, he was a boss. Now he's everywhere, and even though he's everywhere, he still manages to be the boss of most of the levels. There is not one single tiny portion of this game that feels right, that is right. It's all wrong. Not just as a Contra game. Hell, I don't even have that deep an attachment to Contra. It's just a game that's there to me. Even as a basic stick shooter, as a basic arcade-style shooter, it's slow. It's wrong. It's bad. It's a bad game. It's not a good game. It is a bad time to play for you to have. It's a sad game to have bad times with. You have bad time for game now play, please. It's no good. No goody game. No goody game. Why can't you run and gun? Why do you move so slow? Why are the special attacks so quiet? Why do you need to constantly dash to fight enemies that can't be shot properly? And why, if the dash is so important, does it feel so miserable to use? Why does the game intermittently switch to shooting gallery mode for a few moments at a time, when doing so makes the already terrible controls feel that much worse? Why do the guns overheat if you use them for a matter of seconds? Why are the same enemies and the same levels used over and over again? Why does the game recycle itself within a few missions? Why are there fucking dreadful platform sections? Why can't Konami publish a good fucking game? And why in the triangular earth does Contra Rogue Core have a fucking season pass? A goddamn fucking season pass? Season pass? Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not beaten yet. Anyway, shut your hot, wet mouths, because it is me, Jim Sterling, here with a Jimpressions video for you all to enjoy and watch with your eyes and listen all nice in your brain tummy for you. It is me talking about Tom Recon's Ghost Clancy Breaklands, and I'm very excited to talk about it, which is exactly what I would say if I was excited to talk about it, but I'm not excited to talk about it because it's yet another open world live service looter shooter, and I'm fucking sick of them. I don't want to talk about them anymore. I don't want to play them anymore, but because it's sort of my job to do it, I have to do it. And I figured, because I cannot stand talking about these fucking live service pieces of shit anymore, I figured to show my absolute contempt and to make it interesting for me, even if it's only interesting to me, I'm gonna fill myself full of booze and talk about it that way, which is exactly what I've done. I've got myself officially liquored up to talk about yet another AAA piece of crap. And you know, let's be perfectly honest, let's put all of our cards on the table, right? You don't have to take this video as serious criticism. I don't take this game seriously. In fact, I'll be completely blunt with you, I fucking despise this game. I absolutely fucking despise Tony Hawk's Ghost Clancy Breakdance. It's a bad game. It's a boring game. It's just another game where you wander around doing the same old shit over and over again, with the added fun of the servers constantly dying and booting me out of the game, even when I'm playing it on single player, because that's what these fucking games are now. I've said it once before, I'll say it once again. If a game demands that I, the player, be always online, then the game itself should strive to be always online. And some people might say, well, that's unreasonable. A game can't be online 24/7. Well, you know what? Don't demand that I be always online 24/7. This game doesn't strive to be always online. The only thing this game strives to be is a piece of fucking shit. By the way, this footage you're looking at now, you might think, that's familiar. I think I just saw this a few minutes ago. Yes, you did, because the game booted me out because the servers died and I had to do this building again. And that's been my experience throughout. By the way, don't expect any serious criticism in this video. Hang on, just gotta have a drink. I've gotten absolutely fucking wasted. Not just to make this interesting for me, and I have had to make this interesting for me, because I can't fucking stand talking about these games anymore. I'm done. You know what a good joke is that people have said? It's more like Ghost Recon Breaking Point. Ha 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 ha. But it's kind of true. I think this game has actually taken me to my breaking point. And I want to say also, this isn't a cry for help. This isn't an actual breakdown. This is fine. What you're listening to right now is fine. But I am sort of at the end of my fucking tether with these games. It's just another one. It's just another Ubisoft game full of repeated bullshit. Oh, by the way, also, you might be... If you have played, right? If you have played Tony Clancy's Ghostlands world, then you might be wondering, why is it when Jim is aiming at the characters, it doesn't tag them in the environment? You see here, like, I'm aiming my gun at the enemies, and it should tag them so they show up, so that the dull, dreary characters show up against the dull, dreary background. Otherwise, they're fucking inconceivable against all the other brown and green mush. It just doesn't work. Tagging enemies for me... Hang on, I've knocked my microphone. Tagging enemies for me just stopped working. It's a bug, I looked it up. Apparently, if you die in the game, it can fuck up your ability to mark enemies and show them marked on the map. And the funny thing is that actually kind of breaks the game, because it's sort of vital to, you know, stealth for one thing, and again, being able to see these indistinct characters against the indistinct environment, which is just trees and mud. Take that back, I climbed up a mountain once and I saw some snow. And I'm sure there are any other things, but I couldn't play the game the way I wanted to play the game because I couldn't tag any enemies. It's a significant bug. And, you know, it might be fixed at some point, but I can only review the game that has been set before me, the dainty dish that has been set before the king, and the dainty dish that was set before me is broken as shit. Alright, this fucking thing. This fucking thing. So I finally had a chance to sit down and play a bit, not much, a bit of WWE 2K20. I can't stand these games in general. I used to like the older wrestling games, like the SmackDown ones, and like when they were fun arcadey things, not whatever the 2K series has become. So I don't like them in general. So I had no real intention of playing this for like a proper critical video or anything. But a lot of people said, you know, Jim, talk about it. I'm surprised you haven't talked about it, because you talk about shitty games and also you like the wrestling. Both these things are true. But I didn't want to play it, and I didn't have much time, but I finally had a chance to give it a go. I've not encountered some of the really wacky glitches. I've included some for you to look at. That's coming up. This is from my play session this morning. We got Dana Brooke here on the left, completely forgotten how to get into a wrestling ring, although the way she's booked on WWE TV, that's fairly believable, because they don't put her in matches. But anyway, she's got a chair in her hand and she just doesn't know what to do. That's an example of the AI's behaviour in this game. That's fairly standard throughout. It's a hideous game. Visually, just, I mean, I won't say it looks last gen, because that's often hyperbolic, but it don't look much better. Don't look much fucking better. The character models do not look like the wrestlers. You look at Alexa Bliss, she looks like fucking Robert Zadar. They are creepy, they are dead-eyed. At one point, Ricochet appeared, and the flesh around his eyes, just around his eyes, a thin seam, hadn't been rendered, so I could see all the background behind his head. We just saw there Baron Corbin just teleported into the ring. He was out on the ramp and was just like, you know what? I'll be in the ring now, why not? And those are just like I had a match with, I was playing Alexa Bliss, and her hair just went all, like, Medusa-y. It just had a life of its own, just stretched out. Weird, just silly shit. I've not encountered the truly broken stuff so far. I might continue to give it a go, because I mean this is a shittiest game of the year contender, easy.
And now for something completely different.
Hello to you overripe bananas in a bus conductor's arsehole. It's me, Jim Sterling, here with a particularly special game. It's called Day 1 Gary's Incident. And, well, if you follow any kind of gaming coverage news, you know exactly why I've got this one. I actually spent money, or well, the Steam credit I've got on myself, to get this one after I found out that Wild Game Studios were being little pricks about coverage of the game. Filing copyright claims against Total Biscuit, who I was just doing podcasts and stuff with the other week, to get his what WTF is video taken down, just gone, because how dare you? Because he was not exactly fond of the game. In fact, looking at the reviews around the web, no one's been that fond of Day 1 Gary's Incident, and I've not played it yet. A review code didn't come my way for Destructoid or anything. But I was just so fascinated. I'm always fascinated by a really shitty story, so I thought I'd drop the doubloons and jump in myself. So we'll see just how bad Day 1 Gary's Incident actually is. Yeah, forgive me for not being too worried about these guys. So, I mean, it is basically just wandering around the jungle. Oh, no, we found something. Oh, he's,
Home sweet home.
He walks like fucking Pinocchio. Like a Thunderbird's puppet, just wobbling around everywhere. Huh? Oh no. Mm-hmm.
What the?
I was never a little girl.
This kind of tickles. I've always wanted a tattoo.
Wow, it's taking that. And there, right there, is where the game crashed. Walked over to some boxes, everything went dark, and suddenly we're back in desktop land. So that was Day 1 Gary's Incident for you.
Well, at least you'll be warm with all that fur. I promise to aid you in finding a cure. Filch Hoodwink always keeps his word.
Don't say things with H's in them. I'll keep my word. We found an alchemy book. Anyway, what's this person's story?
My lord.
What?
Sorry about the barricade, my lord.
Sorry, can you say that again?
In hiding. Others have gone missing. Heaven help us.
I don't know what that is. I do not know what that is. Oh, well, there's the holly anyway. Of course it's in there. Why wouldn't it be in a wardrobe? I keep, like, fuckloads of holly in my wardrobe. I got a whole fucking bush in my cupboard. Oh, here we go. This is bullshit up in the trees. How'd you get up there? Oh, it's fallen. Wow, this is deeply unpleasant as an experience, as an interactive experience. What the fuck? Well, at least we got a nice view of the entirety of that fucking map. Oh, God. Yeah, no regrets. No regrets. And that's it. That's truly it. That was Earth 2066, everybody. Air control. Do you know what does it mean? Oh dear. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Where's to walk? Oh, there we go. What is all this shit? Okay. I actually do not know how to respond to what I am saying. That's... This is insane. This is the gibbering nonsense of someone who's going to hurt someone. I am at a loss. Like, I'd heard about this game. You know, I'd heard people talking about it. I had no idea. I had no idea this. God, what's happening? This is ghoulish. I'm trying to turn here. What happens if I just hold Y? I don't know what that did. Oh, we're actually gonna crash. Pricks. That was certainly over the top. It's just having a bit of a twitch on the ground there, as the head just endlessly bleeds. Okay. The targeting reticule and the gun aren't exactly aligned. That's confusing and odd. Here's a army man, a Nazi officer maybe, with a contemporary police officer, because that's artistically consistent. This isn't in early access, by the way. This is a finished product. Just thought I'd point that out. I'm fairly certain, I'd have to double check, I am fairly certain that the word really was hilarious when they were describing this on the store page.
Flawless.
Hilarious. What? I stood up from crouching and then this happened. Bravo. Bravo. Bravo, I will escape. That's incredible. He now has the proportions of Pika Man. I mean, you're all seeing this, right? I'm not having some weird fever dream. What happens if I duck down? No, he is this way forever. This is incredible. Oh, well, at least his height doesn't restrict him much. Well, I say that. This is fantastic! Oh, this is fantastic! Oh, okay. Classic. Wow. 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 Fuck you. That's all I can say to that one. That's I will escape. And I am... He escaped. I mean, he's out. I don't know why he's upset about it. Jesus Christ. So there we are. Days before the end of the year. And Steam managed to shit out another contender for worst fucking title. Incredible.
On the other hand, if you can rely on anyone in this city, it's you people. Greed makes you predictable, it makes you malleable. For the promise of money, you animals would guard your own mothers, wouldn't you?
Oh dear.
Lucky for you, I don't share your high Spanish morals. If I did, I wouldn't be able to kill your fellow officer for you, would I? Now give me my money.
I'm expecting, like, these guys to take their clothes off and start fucking, because this is porn film dialogue and delivery.
Tossed away. Christopher Raven, you stand accused of murdering an officer of the Spanish Navy. The penalty for your crime is death.
Gonna rush all the lights in.
You're gonna regret this, Toronto.
Kill him.
He just walks off. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, what am I doing? How do I fight? Arm yourself, press F. There we go. Oh, this is awful.
There's more of them coming.
Hold the door. I'll take care of them.
Got it.
What the f... Got it! Anything else we can do around here? What's going on up here? Use. I mean, right, you know what? This is a screenshot in the making, this. I call this piece video games. Once again, we're fucked. That's fine. Here we are, Red Lake. Slow moving. And, oh god. Okay. That's right, we'll handle it. We'll try and handle it. Running makes the camera do that, which isn't good. You know what? No matter how immersive you try and make your game, this, not necessary. It's annoying. Don't do it. Oh, is that an enemy? Lovely stuff. This is on Steam right now, if you're interested, for like a couple of bucks. Okay, so I came to the first dog, and now I have no bullets. I don't know if the bullets didn't respawn with me when I died, but I can't shoot the wall, and I can't shoot the dog. I have no bullets. I've spawned with no bullets. How can I do any of this? Video games. Are you a good guy or a bad guy? Alright. Oh, wow, the controls are something else. Wonderful. That's just not fair. It's nothing in here. There's no dude, it's just a gun floating. Can't even use it. And it turns round! Holy shit! That's amazing. This has gotten too dark to see. Do we get a flashlight or anything? No. I'm very confused. Also appear to be stuck. Wait, okay, there's some movement. I have no idea what's happening right now. It's getting darker and darker. Okay then. Hello you thirsty little spunk gluttons, Jim Sterling here, and this is Second Warfare. Now that's a bit familiar, isn't it? We actually did a Second Warfare video at the top of the week, on the Monday, where I played it and it was a load of shit. Now this video, this second look at it, is not something I do often, but this is in response to, really, allegations made by the game's developer, Cobra Studio, who accused me of deceiving my audience and cheating. So we're going to play again, so we will not be deceptive cheats. Right, so let's prove that the game is actually good by pressing L. Right. There's your flashlight. They also said on the Steam forum when they were complaining about this, the last video, that I didn't press tab to look at the missions. Right. We've done that. They also said that you can use a grenade launcher that I didn't use last time. Right. We've now done everything that they said I didn't do last time that was cheating. Let's get on with the game. Oh look! Having the flashlight on and firing a grenade launcher and pressing tab hasn't made the game any better. It still looks like a load of fucking shit. And look. There's still a gun emplacement that's literally a gun emplacement. I'm getting stuck on the floor. That's good. So here's the sandbag, presumably with a gunner inside. Nope, still a box of bullshit. Oh, the grenade launcher doesn't work, everyone. It just kind of veers off to the side. So that was good. Yeah, I'm looking and it's still a load of fucking wank.
Oh, I feel dizzy. Bastards! Oh, they have tied my hands so hard.
Oh, that acting is incredible. So, here we are with the mildly annoyed Mildly annoyed kidnap victim. Oh, they've tied my hands so hard. I'm going to assume this game is played from the perspective of Tommy Wiseau. So, London 1953, a few days ago, 11 PM. Awesome. Here we are, playing a right proper London Cockney boy, and no mistake. Right, oh my word. This is going to be incredible, isn't it? To complete studying documents, press E key. Okay, I know that it is, for a long time, you are involved in obtaining some confidential information about the current situation in Iran and a case known as Ajax Operation. There is no doubt that you and your colleagues in... I love the fact that they can't get all the words on the same line. Colleagues in Bakhtar and Shoresh newspapers will be... I apologise if I'm mispronouncing any Iranian names. Will be extremely happy if you obtain precious information second line, relating to this issue. Please do not forget to carry £20,000 with yourself. For more certainty, I attach a photo page.
It's almost midnight. I should find someone who knows the area. I can get good information from him.
Fucking hell. So, oh, that is making my eyes hurt already. This is going to be quite some ride. What was that on the screen? Something about pressing N? Ah, I've attached a map. Helps to have a map. It certainly helps this guy to have some sort of wacky spasm. My first priority, finding someone who can provide me with useful information. I love the MS Paint approach here to map making. Old Man Said. They've misspelled said there. Friedman's house is at the end of the alley after the stone gate on the right. I love how, when I've got the map up, this guy is just wandering on his own. Just floating around. Anyway, so I should point out, this is not in early access or anything like that. This is a completed, finished game up on Steam right now for your purchasing consideration. Oh my fucking god. Brilliant! Look at the cross-legged he does! Oh, what the hell was that? Oh, that's punching. Okay, let's try some shooting. We got to crouch. No, that he didn't draw his gun that time. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, I can't move the targeting reticule. It's frozen in the center. I have to move him as his legs go next to each other. Holy shit. His legs go through each other. Look at that. Look at those thighs, though. Those thighs and those calves. What is this? He just does this weird sideways trot. Okay, that's... Right. No, I don't want the... I didn't even know how he used the assault rifle. What? Why? Why any of this? What was that? Oh, fantastic. The gun flash is just... It's stuck on the gun. Oh, this is marvellous. This is capital. Capital with a capital C, even. Let's do that. Let's do some more Gun Carter. Bravo! Bravo, video games. So this is on Steam as a finished product. It's not in early access. Hello, you vacuous examples of everything that's wrong with society. Jim Sterling here, and this is Candice the Bebe's Incredibly Trick Lifestyle. Don't mind me, I'm just shouting over the theme tune. Fucking hell. How do I get this to stop? Oh, I don't. It's still continuing. Okay, well, I'm going to have to try and find a good audio balance here, because I want to explain the backstory. This is really distracting. Okay, there's not an options thing. Fuck. Okay, we'll make this work somehow. It doesn't stop. But anyway, let's see what this is. Press space mouse to talk.
Caravan is the cleanest in the whole caravan park. Not like your skanky one, Candice.
Right.
Yeah? Well, maybe you should spend some of that time cleaning your caravan, maintaining your fake tan, you skank-ass, pale, skag-rat, yellow cheek freak, fat bitch.
Right. Is that funny? I don't know. Like, I'm a big believer in not saying that something isn't funny, because humour is a very subjective thing. And I don't know if there's such a thing as objectively not funny. So long as someone in the world's laughing at it, clearly it's funny because they're laughing at it. Yeah, there's many other things you could call it. I mean, you could say it's, you know, you could hear a joke and say it's a shit joke, it's an offensive joke, inappropriate joke, poorly executed joke, badly timed, you know, badly delivered joke. You can have many qualifiers to criticise a joke. I don't know if not funny is something you could ever say, but was that funny?
Bandy, WTF is going on? Do you want me to smash her face in?
Extraordinary.
Don't worry about me, Candice. You just make sure the rest of the village is free from those dang sexy ghosts first.
I wonder how many people they got to play characters in this game. I like to think the entire thing's been created by one person who, like, actually works in a cave. They got electricity in that. Like, they wired the cave for electricity, but they do live the lifestyle of a hermit and go out and fight wolves and go back into their cave and just scream. Just scream while headbutting a computer, and somehow this game happened.
Why, hello. Who are you, fine creature?
I'm Candice the Baby, magical bitch of magic extraordinaire.
And you must be one of the mermaids? Yes, fine lady. Yeah, we're a bit like them, only with shell bras and boob tube skirts. We also drink pink cider.
Again, right, you look at the character model, where it looks like they just, like, they started with a block, a flesh-coloured block, and then just yanked everything, and just scarred the facial textures and the bra textures and the division between the fish bit and the person bit. Just scraped it in.
Not sure I understand, but what?
It looks horrible. It
Anyway,
makes me feel ill.
the reason I'm here out at sea is to look for the mermaids. I hear you've got wonderful magical powers, and I need to learn them to smash up a pot bitch and get a tan van back.
Yeah. Also, you're not mishearing it. Every time someone says mermaid in the game, you get some echoey other voice saying mermaid, which again I think is a joke, but it's all blurred into one congealed lump of colour and screaming, so I don't know what jokes are anymore. I may never be able to recognise a joke again.
Even though the majority of the staff is in vacation and only a few people are on the premises, that's exactly why I should pay extra attention to my work. Although it'll probably just be a boring night as usual. So, what's up? A half gallon of milk? Yeah, okay, I'll get it at the gas station tomorrow morning, right after my shift. Yeah, alright, babe. See you tomorrow. Love you too.
That was brilliant. That was just like the most awkward fucking exposition.
Some music wouldn't be bad. Something to dance to.
Oh god, yeah, do a little dance. Oh! What is this? It's doing the Gangnam thing. What am I looking at? He's got no bones! Look at his body! He's got no bones! What was that? You can't follow up a backflip with a little jump like that to end on. That's no finale. Look at his body! His body just accordioned into itself. Uh-oh. he looks like the bad guy from Bloodsport. Oh, fantastic. He didn't even say anything. That was just drums and staring. I'm in love with this game. Who the hell are you? Yes! Yes! Look at it! Okay, this is officially the best thing. This is the best thing.
Your mission is to kick the ass of King Jong-un. If you fail, I will personally kill your dad. Did you understand me, soldier?
No.
Okay. Wonderful sound editing there.
It's
oh
your
my
dad.
god.
Say yes or he'll kill me. I accept, but I will need some help.
I can't believe you're such a wimp. I know somebody who can help you.
It's me again. It looks like you're gonna try to kill our beloved leader.
Could they not have filmed that dude nodding for more than 30 seconds?
Control of North Korea. Is that okay?
This is a great deal.
What in the fuck?
No problem, mate.
So the lack of consistent background noise and sound and music is...
And kill him, or I will go kill your little puppy with my own hands.
No,
fucking hell.
not my little puppy.
Yes, your little puppy.
Anyway, your dog is not our preoccupation.
I've given up.
We need to find Kim. Do you see the big building? Find a way to enter it.
I was gonna like riff on the live action stuff. I can't. It riffs itself. That whole... I mean, I hesitate to use the word cutscene because that sounds professional. That was... What do you say to that? What do you say to that? From the, you know, the overdubbed gruff army man voice who clearly wasn't the child walking up and down on screen, to them cutting the camcorder, no microphones obviously, the camcorder noise in and out intermittently, to the Jesus Christ actor who's actually somewhat talented, even if the script he's working with is terrible, to these teenagers, to this. What is any of this?
Canadian is back again with his gun.
This has lasted a very long time.
I will kill you like a Jew in the Holocaust, bitch.
You all heard that, right? You all heard him say, "I will kill you like a Jew in the Holocaust, bitch," right?
The crisis.
And that was a comedy line. All right, okay. Alright. I wonder why you have, like, very little health. You should be ashamed of your cell because the Canada is ashamed of. Brilliant text placement. Brilliant text placement, guys. That was fan-franny-tastic. Oh, that's... You just decided... Right, I tell you what I'm not gonna do is hit start again. Or indeed, play this game ever again. Oh my god, it's like they've given up. Oh, no, they haven't. Okay, that was 2 downed. Oh, that flag's going down, I see. That's being captured yonder. Oh my god. So peaceful in death. I won't mention its name. Oh! The humanity! Oh my god. Mads Rolfing, more like Mads Rolling. Why? It's a tank disaster. I mean, guess I'll contribute some shots to this one. It's going in the... It's almost gone. I mean, I already know what it's about because it says on the Steam page, it says...
Hi.
Oh,
My
hold
name
on.
is John Calvin.
Got some acting.
And in case you don't know who I am, I'm an ex-CIA agent, and also one of the world's top criminals. So, let me tell you my story.
Good to be versatile.
I used to be an agent with the CIA for many years.
Uh-huh.
During my service, I've taken part in the CIA's most dangerous operations.
Were you
and
fired
I've
for
done some
drinking on the
pretty
job?
Shady things I'm not too proud of, all in the sake of keeping our country safe. Or at least that's the bullshit ruse they're gonna give you.
Don't slur your
Sadly,
words.
the CIA, which I had dedicated my entire life to and had lost a lot to, decided one day to just betray me. One day,
Fair enough.
the CIA put me in a prison for a crime I didn't even commit. And after several weeks in prison, I managed to escape. And I was forced to live the rest of my life in Los Angeles, underground, more or less.
I was
Tonight,
forced
it's
to
been one
live
of
the
most
rest of
dangerous
my
nights
life
entire
in Los
life.
Angeles.
I'll be sneaking into a mansion and trying to steal 10,000 US dollars. The mansion is secured by many guards, so this will not be an easy mission. But I have a feeling that the reward is worth the risk. 10,000 US dollars might not seem like much, but it's the start to something great.
Okay, so it didn't look like a mansion. That didn't look like a mansion. And we certainly didn't come in through the front door, did we? What is with... That is so disorienting. It's... As I move the character's head, the outside... No, it's like the whole house moves. It feels to me, I don't know if it looks that way to you watching, but playing, it feels like I'm turning the house, not the character. That's fucked up. Oh shit, the art of stealth! Oh, this is brilliant. Look at him go. I'm gonna drop that, that's horrible. Drop this poor little... He looks... I've seen him before, I'm sure of it. He looks a bit like... Uh-oh. Maybe I'll just stay here. Every time someone turns round, it's slash. There we go. Oh! We fell through the floor. And we fell through the map. And there we go. That's... brilliant.
This fantastic ancient world has been invaded by powerful enemies who rule in the dark. Centuries have passed since Lords defeated them with the Spear of Destiny. Now monsters and orcs dominate these lands with complete freedom without anyone to confront them. Only a remnant member of the Light Swords believes in this ancient story. He travels through different places in search of the legendary Spear of Destiny. To liberty again, this world of the powerful enemies as their yours ancestors did several centuries ago. The great and eternal epic battle begins.
But I tell you one thing this game does do that Dark Souls can't offer you, and we're about to see it, because did you know that the protagonist, for want of a better word, of Spear of Destiny is Jesus? Yes, Jesus in a mouldy looking, shitty scrap of armour. I'm about to show you, here we go. So I got very excited. I thought, okay, we're at the end of the excuse me, hiccups there. We're at the end of the world, clearly. Maybe I can just go drown. So I thought, I'll just run into the water, and that'll be that. But that's not quite how it worked out, because Spear of Destiny can't really let you do anything on your terms. Spear of Destiny has its own idea of how things work. This is how Spear of Destiny thinks water works. Couldn't even be fucked to let you just sink in the water like a person would sink in the water. Look how mouldy that armor looks, though. Look at it. That's manky. Anyway, I mean, I jaw on the floor at this point. Oh, it's a slideshow. Of course it is. You wake up in a jail cell inside Grid City Sanitarium with no recollection of who you are or how you got there. It's a very original plot thread. Haunted by your last fragmented memory being shot by an unknown assailant who you've named Mr. X. Okay. Suddenly there is a knock on the door. Didn't want to, like... All you have to do, an MP3 of... That's all it takes. That's all it could have taken. But no, there is no audio. There hasn't been. No audio, no music here so far. They don't even have backgrounds for the speech, but I'm done with this. That was so many dudes. Oh good, we don't get our weaponry back. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, they've started. Okay, I think it's suicidal to just stand and shoot these guys. I think fleeing might be our best bet. I don't know if I've gone around in circles or if this is the right way. Everything kind of looks the same. But we are in a... Oh, checkpoint. We're in a way better position than we were. If I just sprint through, we might be able to win the game in a far better manner. Yep, next checkpoint. Boom. Look at that. This is so... Okay, we're dead, but we're at the next checkpoint. It looks so ridiculous. Yeah, up here. I gotta get to that next checkpoint quick. That's brilliant. Hello, you vintage Undertaker! Jim Sterling here, and this is Lawnmower Game. And first of all, I'm frankly quite stunned at the quality of the main menu title screen here. This is quite something. I didn't know you could actually get images that blurry in a video game. I mean, I knew it was clearly possible, I just didn't think anyone would do it. I don't know. I don't know how to cut the grass. All it is a game about a lawnmower, and I don't know how to cut the grass. I've pressed all the keyboard buttons on the lawnmower. I've just noticed the wheels don't roll! Fuck! After much experimentation, I have made progress. No, I haven't learned how to cut the grass. I've learned how to get a little close-up perspective. Oh shit, have we hit the... Yep. That's it. That's it, mate. We can't get further than this. We've hit the end of the world already. Shame that outcropping of rocks and that shed looked interesting. There needs to be an entrance somewhere here quick. But that might be it. Maybe it's only special grass that we have to cut. Oh, also, don't get me wrong. I noticed immediately that this guy's barefoot. I just haven't brought it up yet because of the everything else. That was one of the first things I was going to mention. Then I realised I couldn't cut grass. Oh, fuck me with a carton of milk. This is sad. I think I'm going to stop calling the people who make games like this developers, or even people who make a game. I think I'm just going to start calling them the blame. I have tired of the grass mowing. Oh. I was just about to do a whole bit about retiring from mowing the lawns of the world and going into this fun village, but we've hit the... Oh, fuck off. I want this game to shut up now. It's not even speaking, and I want it to shut up. Oh, it's Slenderman, everybody. Everybody say hello to Slenderman. Okay. How do you actually fight? Oh, this is awful. I can't even see. What? Why? Why would that be a... Why is this video games now? Yeah, just shoot with your gun. Right, I need to look up controls. Oh, there are no controls. Well, that's good. So what am I supposed to do? One of these buttons has got to... Oh yeah, I've got to stop thinking that space is going to... Is he even doing anything? Could anyone... What? Where am I? Why am I there? Why is the... Fuck me. He just looks like a very aggressive tailor dusting off your shoulders. We've established that it doesn't really matter that I don't know how to do any combat whatsoever and no buttons appear to be doing anything. We've nailed jump. That's done. And apparently that seems to do some sort of... What the fuck? Is he presenting? Well, this has taken a disastrous turn. Well, that... What the fuck? He's got a gun. Look at his gun. Why can't I use the gun? Yeah, you can pull off your fucking persona pose with your hand going through your own tits all you want, mate. This isn't helping us win fights. Okay, I've worked out what the attack button is. It's 2. Yeah, the numerical button 2. Right, let's just go deal with this. Like, I've worked out what the attack button is. I still don't know how I'm going to turn that into a viable attack. Finger on W. And then if I use the camera for the rest of it... There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm dead. Oh. I guess that... Oh. It's fapping! Okay, we're driving to work now. That's what happened when we left the apartment. And I could see it! I could see under that building! That's what happened when we left the apartment. I could see on that building. Be late on your first day. Is that an offer? Oh, leave it to me. Again, I don't know if he's having a conversation. I guess he's talking to himself. It's just such a... Why are we reversing? You're going to be even later. Oh, no. He's changed his mind. The steering wheel's going through the car. I've never seen a steering wheel go through its own dashboard, even in a game with bad clipping issues. What the fuck is... Should I be helping him drive? No, I have no... I got no input here. Look at that rear view mirror. Okay, I have control again. Let's look out the... I don't know what I expected to see scenery. Oh, there's a bit of the wall going. This game's amazing so far. Good morning, Ken. It's our buddy Ken, or our boss, or... Good Murphy, says Ken. Ken, you can't show up to work drunk. This is the elite first squad, is it? Here's our worst boss ever cup. Here's our... Very nice screensaver. Our CIA screensaver. Here's our generic tissues. The CIA can't spring for decent tissues. Ken! You drunk bastard! Get some fucking Kleenex in here! Need to occupy their workplace. Oh, so we're here to protest the 1%. Excellent. Been wanting to have a crack at those bastards for quite some time. I can't control anything right now. What's going on? Excuse me, Christy, what is going on? I can't... Christy, hate to be a drag on my first day. I know that you're in the elite squad and all. Very exciting. But how the fuck do I move? I think my unspecified wound, or maybe it was specified, I stopped reading the subtitles, has stopped me from being able to walk. But, oh! We got control back! Thanks, Christy! Okay, let's have a look at this tit. Hey. Hi, nice later. And he thinks my name is People. He thinks my name is People. This is my favourite game. I've just What are you working on? What's on that screen? It's the screensaver. What are you doing? Ken, the computers are fucked and you employ people who don't even know. Ken, why are you drinking pencils? God damn, elite first squad and their generic tissues. How do I get out of here? Hello, you pools of McFlurry ejaculate. Jim Sterling here, and this is Sexy Serial Killer. It's about a lady who is, I think, 70% breasts with a Jason Voorhees mask. When she was 6 years old, Mary Vore watched as her father cut out his own heart after her mother divorced him. Traumatized, she was committed to... Oh. Well, I don't know what the rest of her story is. You'll have to pause the video, go back and look at it. Hello. Sir Teddington Smythe. My wife left me 3 years ago for another man. I've been lonely ever since. Well, I'm not surprised, considering your chest hair is so thick and wiry that it apparently shoots directly out of your pyjama shirt. I mean, if you lay on top of a girl, you're just gonna stab her. And especially if they've got breasts like Mary Vore. I mean, what are we gonna do there? The indentations. It's not worth it. You ever seen those old toys? I don't know if kids these days have them, but they had like iron filings inside them, and you'd use a magnet underneath to move the iron filings about, and you could use it to make like a moustache or a beard on someone's face. That's what this person looks like. Also, he doesn't look all that unhappy. We've got sad music, says he's been lonely. Let's get some more text going. I've tried to forget her, but without someone to hold, life has become meaningless. Again, I mean, you look thrilled. Then again, you've got very glassy eyes, so you might just be on meth. Okay, and... No. Click to hide. There we are. She's utterly losing the fucking plot. We can't move the camera at all, or rather, you know, move the head to see what's going on. My stamina meter has not filled. And it's faded to black. Was that it? Did we survive? Oh! Yeah, that was that. I have hidden away from the killer, away from her blade, away from her touch. I have survived, but is this what's left of my life now? Hiding in the This guy must be a real cut-up at parties. You hide from one serial killer in the trash, and you believe that's life now. Lurking in the shadows, lying in the filth, clinging on to nothing, without hope, without any dreams, without any love. Mate, you need to get your priorities sorted out. This isn't about dating and love anymore. You were just chased by a pig-squealing woman who... what the fuck? Oh, we got the bad ending? And that was that? I like how you can't actually outrun her. Yeah. You can't outrun the sexy serial killer, even with the stamina meter up, because she's faster. Okay, all in all, this has been a very unpleasant experience for me. And I'm going to stop, because I have that right, and I've earned that right. So, sexy serial killer can, in my professional opinion, fuck off. So let's play bunker, because we don't have what look to be extreme amounts of experience to unlock any other game mode. So, bunker, here we go. Just loading it up here. I have no clue what this game is like. Even the screenshots, like, let me know it's kind of like a first-person shooter, but everything else just looks bizarre. And like I said, that's what it takes now to get noticed. Just looking a bit... Oh, fucking hell. Hang on. There we go. I'm guessing when the UI appears, that's a sign that the game's finished rent. Oh, no, there's something else in the middle. Is that it? Is everything... No, there comes something else. Okay, we're just going to play and see if any more icons pop up. Oh, hang on. Thank you. Right, let's go. Fucking hell, what the hell? Hey, I didn't even get to shoot. What's going on? Oh god, they're real people now. Well, I mean, sort of. The fuck is this mess? Alright. Let's try and calm down. Now we know what to expect, sort of. What the bloody hell? I wasn't expecting that. Stay still. Oh god. We're getting proper shot up. Okay, are the red ones... no? What in the name of Christmas fuckery? Okay, it's time to shoot these Hallow-Nazis. We'll put them out of their Hallow-Nazi misery. Bang for that one. Bang for that hot mess. It's just a mess. These things, like, I feel like we're doing them a favour by shooting them. They're like God's worst mistake. What are you? It's like a fingerprint gone wrong. Oh dear. This already looks... All right. Hello. So we got ourselves a blocky dog to start with. Hey you. Oh, a bit of an upturned building skeleton. I think I've seen that building skeleton in some other games. So that's a good way to start us off. I don't know why I had such difficulty saying skeleton just then. I think I was trying to say skeleton and skeleton at the same time. So I just went skeleton. But anyway, are you okay? Over here, follow me. All right, here we go. Oh, dearie me. What? Oh, okay. You'll notice the UI here is torn bits of paper, or at least it's supposed to look like that. I think they thought if they did this in MS Paint, then it wouldn't look so bad if they just made everything look like it was on paper, even though it doesn't really even look like that. So anyway, we've got ourselves some meters over in the lower left, don't know what they do, but the dog has reached basically the end of the world already, and that was the end of that bit of the game. Very good. It is a world destroyed by monsters. Every human being is dead. There are monsters and some animals. Brilliant. Which is really useful in... Whoa, she fucking went flying. Oh dear, gotta kill these gas mask dudes. Oh no, we did get one there. There's no audio... I just fucking fall over like goddamn trees. Oh, I hate this. Hello, you intolerable traitors. Jim Sterling here, and this is Shadow. Treachery cannot be tolerated. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, this is how the game started. It says here, you are under attack while accompanied by 2 of your bodyguards. Your job is to shoot all of the attackers before they kill you. You will get 3 lives. Now, this game was notable for the fact that when it first released, it didn't have a game in it. You could buy it, but you couldn't play it because there wasn't an executable file. That's not the first time this has happened on Steam, but this one seemed to make a lot of games media headlines for some reason. Maybe it was because it was the first game to at least get attention for doing this since Steam Direct became a thing. And of course Valve said that they would check each game to make sure they worked before allowing them up on the storefront, which quite clearly they didn't fucking do. You can't get an algorithm for that yet, I guess. But the game is playable now, and people are calling it possibly the worst game they've ever played on Steam. So that's exciting. Let's play. play it now. Come on. Let's go. Whoa. What's that? Oh, turn that down. What? Huh? Oh, the fuck? Okay, I can't do... No. What? I can't... You can't move. I couldn't move. Holy shit. Is this real?
I think we are completely lost now. Thanks to you.
Good God in fuck. So this is The Unknown City Horror Begins Now, Episode 1. Apparently, there's the threat of an episode 2. The first thing you notice is that the lampposts and the light they give off are not connected to the road they're supposed to be shining on. They're hovering several feet up in the air. Actually, scratch that, the first thing you notice is the text-to-speech, and you better love the sound of text-to-speech voices, because you're going to be hearing a lot of that shit in this game's 7-minute intro.
Help me. Please help me.
Where are you?
These monsters have kidnapped me and trapped me in a swimming pool. I don't want to die.
Don't worry, I'm coming.
Dummies, next offense. Pick them up from our car.
I think it's worse that they tried. That's genuinely worrying. They did a cutscene, intro, but still managed to do it in the most slapdash way possible, and it goes on for so long. And there's a fight with a zombie, and to me it's just a regular zombie because I've seen it as a regular zombie in several games, but I think they meant it as a boss. But it takes 3 minutes to kill of just continuously pumping most of your ammunition into it. And it doesn't change its attack patterns, of course it doesn't, that would take work. So it just follows you around and it feels like it goes on for 20 bloody minutes. And after it wastes your time with Officer Bumper for 7 fucking minutes. For all of her guns, get the guns, help, they got me in the swimming pool. The zombies trapped me in the swimming pool. What we're watching here is one of the most consistent blocks of gameplay within The Quiet Man, and it's about 4 minutes long. And what follows is about 10 minutes of cutscene, and that's pretty much the ratio that this game works in. You watch a cutscene, then you'll watch another cutscene, then you'll watch another cutscene, then you'll watch another cutscene, and then you'll get a bit of gameplay for, 3 or 4 minutes, and then it's back to the cutscenes, which might not be so bad if anything made sense. The Quiet Man can slow down time or do a finisher. Again, I'm not sure. The game doesn't communicate really anything to the player. It gives you little symbols in the pause menu when you press buttons, but I didn't really bother with that because this is how you can win most fights. You back someone into a corner and then just keep pressing attack buttons, and the animations will do the rest. It will put everyone in place, as I said. It won't bother with transitions, but you can back anyone into a corner and just do this over and over and over again until the combat's won. This is like one of the first proper boss encounters. Just ooh, scary. It's a bloke in a bird skull. But it's a gag. This is the moment I started bursting out laughing when I first started playing it, because look at this. Look at this. This has been a hell of a thing to edit, because it's difficult to show you just how unbalanced the cutscene to gameplay ratio is, just how utterly pointless the cutscenes are, for as many of them as there are, and just how god-awful and full of itself, just up its own arse this game is. That's the worst part. Not only is it stupid and just a bad idea, it thinks it's brilliant and the best idea anyone's ever had. I've never seen a game so fucking smug and so undeserving of its smugness. The Quiet Man is despicable, not only for being a terrible, laughable, pitiable game, but for somehow thinking this whole time it's clever high art. This is the aftermath of an argument over a pair of shoes. Is there a way down that I missed? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh. Well, that got us through. Let's have a look down here. Nope. Oh, I slipped off that time. I'm just trying to work out where the hell does that key go? Where does that key go, though? You know what? I don't care. Level 12. Let's just be done with it. Let's put a cap in this. Come on, hurry up. Oh, there's a background. There's a background, but because they've put the sound files a bit like Little Big Planet, where they just trigger on your location, the pickup noise is happening just from running past them without picking them up. So that's fun anyway. All right. There's a key that we've, yeah. We haven't picked up a key, so let's go back. Maybe they did one of those little tricky things that platformers like to do sometimes. And they've put the key on the side here. There they go. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I just didn't see it, or maybe it was off screen. Like some cheeky platformers do. Normally, if I play a game normally and I'm not experiencing this horror, it's the first thing you do, isn't it? You walk to the left. I did that with Limbo, I remember. I do it with most platformers. They don't always pay off, but every now and then you move to the left instead of the right. There's something hidden there. Classic play. It just didn't occur to me that this game would do that, because that's almost approaching design, which is often a little beyond the scope of Terra Lunker. All right. What? What? Why? Why are we in this scenario now? Hello, you bonking Berlin bastards. Jim Sterling here, and this is Esk from Planet. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. Let's start the game, see what White Wolf has in store for us. So this must be a follow-up to Vampire La Masquerade, if it's a White Wolf project. Let's hit start game. Not the most exciting menu screen, I've got to say. It's all very, well, shit, isn't it? And the reason why I'm criticising that is because the game's MSRP on Steam is $35. In fact, even as I say that, though I saw this morning, I still can't quite believe it. So I'm going to actually get my phone out just to double check, just to make sure that I didn't misread that. Esk from Planet. $35? All right, so this is what we get for our $35. A lot of exclamation marks. And some very slow moving with a lot of stuttering there. What the fuck? I've seen that spaceship before. What is light now? What's going on? Our flashlight battery is charging. Press Y to take it. Let's deal with that first. Okay. So that's what the exclamation marks are. Flashlight charges. Is there an attack? Is that a bird or a bat or both? Or a pterodactyl? I think... What is it doing? Oh my god! It doesn't know what it's up to. Poor bastard. Someone needs to put that out of its misery. Oh my god, there's loads of them. How has this species propagated? It's just smashing into trucks. If that thing was moving, they'd be smeared on the pavement right now. Okay. Oh my god, this is what sprinting is. I know I've got to go pick things up, but I need to look at this running some more. Okay. Press Y to take it. Alright. Why? That's so stupid. Why? To pick something up? Can't take any more. Okay. Oh, that's a snake. goes back and forth. What is... It's... Every time that snake bashed into the boxes, I've got tears in my eyes. I can't even finish sentences or say the right words in the sentences. Okay. Oh my god. What is happening? This is it. I think I've explored the entirety of the level. It's, oh, wait, hold on. A door. What? I pressed Y. I'm pressing Y. Oh, dear. Angry what the? Oh. That was incredible. This might be the most incredible experience I've had with a shit Steam game. And make no mistake, this was a level of shit that I don't think I could ever... He's coming back for more! Fuck's sake. Alright. There's nothing more to be said, is there? That's it. Steam's peaked. $35 they want for this. For this bullshit. I hated every moment I spent playing this game. I hated every moment of it. I think I had less fun playing this than I did Anthem. And I had less than no fun playing Anthem. And instead... And yes. Indeed, I shot down a helicopter. How about that? Round of applause for me! Congratulations. Alright, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I hate it. If you came here to get an opinion on the game, I fucking hated it. I hated it so much that I filled myself full of whiskey just to talk about it. Oh, microtransactions. I didn't talk about them. There's loads of them. Ubisoft actually chickened out of selling the skill upgrades. They took those out. But there's still loads of fucking microtransactions. Because that's what these games exist for. That's what they exist for. They don't exist to satisfy you, to be full, complete games that give you pleasure and enjoyment from playing them. They exist to be fucking boring, drab, dreary wastes of time. And I've said this before, and I'll also say this again, which mirrors what I said earlier in the video. It's like poetry, it rhymes, right? Is if a game sells you time savers, which this game does, it's admitting it's a bad game. Because it's admitting that there's a monetary value on playing the game less. There are no time savers in Insomniac's Spider-Man. In Insomniac's Marvel's Tony Clancy's Spider-Man. Because there doesn't need to be. Because I enjoyed playing it. The time savers in here are worth money because the game's fucking shit! Shit! It's shit!